Holy freaking moly, the opening ceremony for the 2024 Olympic Games was absolutely horrible. And I see a lot of people complaining online. They're saying it's woke. No, folks, it's way more than woke. It's well beyond woke. It's downright satanic. The opening ceremony literally started with a bunch of disgusting drag queens mocking the Last Supper. They literally started the Olympic Games by mocking Christianity. And then, out of nowhere, like I guess the last meal, it's like it opens up and out pops a naked Smurf. I honestly don't know what's going on, but we got fat transsexuals and freaking drag queens all over the place. You got twinks dancing around, and they're trying to recreate the famous painting of the Last Supper. And then you see what the supper actually is, and it's a naked Papa Smurf type character. I am so confused. But no matter, it doesn't matter how confused I am. I know that what I'm looking at is straight up demonic. I know that what I'm looking at is straight evil. I don't know what's going on with the Smurf fella, but I know that this does not sit right with my spirit. It does not sit right with my soul. And I say that as someone who's not extremely religious or, at all. But if that's not bad enough, they go from that to having a bunch of little kids dancing around with these drag queens and a bunch of dudes who are half naked. So, we've blown past drag queen story hour now. Now, on live television, at the opening ceremony of the Olympics, we gotta have drag queens dancing around with little kids. What does this have to do with sports? What does this have to do with the Olympics? What does this have to do with anything other than them wanting to blast their perversions to the entire world? They don't try to hide it. Back in the day, you used to watch Olympic opening ceremonies, and they used to be beautiful. They would be spectacular, dazzling displays of glory. And you would learn a little bit more about the culture from wherever the Olympics was being held. It was a don't miss, can't miss event. But don't get me wrong, you would be able to watch them and you would be able to point out some shady stuff. If you were a conspiracy theorist, you would be able to point out some things that you may say are satanic or something along those lines. That's Illuminati! But here, you didn't have to reach or dig. It's just on full display. It's just on full display. The perversion is on full display. And it makes no sense. It's so unneeded. It has nothing to do with anything that's going on. Nothing to do with the Olympics. Nothing to do with sports. Everything to do with just, hey, we want to diddle your kids, and we're not going to hide it. We're going to dance with them right here. It's so freaking sick and disgusting. And frankly, I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of this stuff being stuffed down my throat 24/7. Listen, if you want to do this or you want to do that, go ahead and do it behind closed doors. As long as it doesn't involve kids, do what you want to do. But blasting this in my face 24/7, I'm tired of it. And y'all literally taunting us with how you dance around with these little kids, knowing that these people are perverts. It's just so sick. And then we had to watch, usually you see, just like I said, just spectacular displays of beauty. You got dancers, and it's always awesome. But this year, what do we get? We have to watch a dude with a full-grown beard in a dress dance around for 15 minutes. It's like, I don't even think I'm going to watch the Olympics after this. I was excited. Not anymore. I'm absolutely disgusted. And I say that as someone where it takes a lot to disgust me nowadays, but I am disgusted. And then you had like a decapitated head sinking, a pale horse traveling over the water. There was a lot of things that I noticed, but I haven't had time to really sit down and analyze it yet. This is just my initial reaction. But yeah, there was no beauty at all. Nothing beautiful, nothing exciting, nothing that inspires you with hope. It was just absolutely disgusting, subversive. I mean, if I was an alien looking down on Earth and this is what I saw, I would destroy the planet immediately. I would literally destroy the planet immediately. And maybe it's time for us to get hit by an asteroid. Because watching this opening ceremony, even though it was disgusting, I will say that it perfectly sums up our society right now. Looking at the opening ceremony, you can identify a lot of the things that have gone totally wrong in our society within the last decade or so. And it's just all on full display. All on full display for the world to see. And I mean, if you're cheering this on, if you actually liked this opening ceremony, I think that maybe you should have your computers checked, because I don't see anyone outside of like GROOMERSs. I don't see anyone outside of them really appreciating this. I honestly am almost at a loss for words, because don't get me wrong, I've seen stuff like this on the streets of San Francisco. You know, we've seen this perverted mess and nonsense all over the world. We've seen it injected into all forms of entertainment. But I don't know, I guess part of me just felt like maybe the Olympic Games was just a little too sacred to taint in the way they have tainted it now. But make no mistake about it, they have tainted it. They got their taints all over it. And it smells like nasty, moldy cheese. Moving forward, I think I'm going to watch less Olympics than I planned on. I mean, I don't even want to watch anything anymore. I don't even want to watch any of the stuff that I was excited for. But if this doesn't show you that our world is being ran by a bunch of sick, twisted, weird chomos, then I don't know what will. Because the thing with these people is it's not enough. It's not enough for them to do evil, nasty things. It's not enough for them to prey on kids. They have to display it. They can't do it behind closed doors. That's not good enough for them. That doesn't get them off anymore. They take real pleasure in dangling this stuff in your face. They take real pleasure in just taking it up a notch. You know, every 6 months, every year, every couple of years, they crank things up a notch just to see how far they can get away with this stuff. And boy, oh boy, now that they've gotten to the point that they're dancing around with little kids at the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, how much further can you go from this? How much further can you go from this, folks? I think the only further you can go is for this stuff to just be completely normalized. To where, hey, yeah, that guy over there that claims he's a woman now, he wants your 6-year-old, and you better let him have him. You better. Because that's the socially acceptable thing to do. That's like where we're headed. And it sickens me because there's a lot of people who are watching this and they don't really register what's happening here. And some of these people aren't as bad as you think. Some of these people are trying to be accepting, and they think that they've been brainwashed into thinking they're doing the right thing by accepting some of this grotesque stuff, even though they know deep down, like, no, this is not okay. And I'm wondering if those people will ever be pushed to a point where they finally come to the conclusion like, wait, maybe I'm just being too accepting of all of this nonsense because this is just a little too far. You know, and do you not get bothered by this stuff infiltrating every facet of your life? Like, I mean, think about it. What if every time you sat down to watch a movie, a TV show, the Olympics, what if I interrupted and told you all about my sex life and started dancing around and doing all of this weird stuff? Wouldn't you be irritated? That's basically what we're dealing with here. Every time we sit down to watch a movie, sit down to watch the Olympics, whatever, we have to watch a bunch of chomos, a bunch of dudes in dresses with mental health issues, dance around and put their weirdness on display for all of us. None of us want to see it. None of us care. Get these people the hell out of here and the hell away from kids, and we'll be good. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.